what you really, really need, little babe. Take you out and put you in double C, little babe. Hey, you out of town and in them trees, little babe. Got you down and out and on your knees, little babe. I like to when I'm in the cut. If I take you to my crib, I put that way down in your gut. Done these tired of talking, oh, you said it's so what? Done these tired of talking, oh, you said it's so what? Shawty at the strip to the least, oh, tell me what you need, love. Tell me what you need, love. Cash on the table if you need some. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you need, love. Tell me what you need. Tell me just what you like. Gucci, whatever you mean, whatever you need, whatever you need. Tell me what you really, really need, little babe. Take you out and put you in double C, little babe. Hey, you out of town and in them trees, little babe. Got you down and out and on your knees, little babe. I like to when I'm in the cut. If I take you to my crib, I put that way down in your gut. Done these tired of talking, oh, you said it's so what? Done these tired of talking, oh, you said it's so what? What's the price? Oh, what's the DJ? See you stacking all your money, all your chicken. Thought you was right, and I was feeling. Don't you hop up in your car and get in your feelings. I just wanted to be heard, but I made some millions. I done caught you late night in that club, count your Benjamins. I know you steady touching on your body when you reminisce. Whatever you want, count them dividends.
Okay, so it has been a while since I've recorded a video. But let's get into it. This is going to be an update of how my life has been since I recorded my little channel trailer. A lot has happened. I've been meaning to record this video for like quite a while, but I've just been very, very busy. Obviously trying to settle into the uni life and get used to it, get accustomed to it, and now that I finally am, I can record a video and get into a proper uploading schedule, so I'll keep you more updated a bit more frequently of how things are at uni, and I'll also just be teaching you general self-improvement lessons and things that come to mind. So yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, this isn't going to be like a very lessons heavy video. This is more so just going to be an update on my personal life, so that's why it's on the second account rather than the main account. But yeah, alright, so when we first started off the first term, so the first term was from like September until December, and then right now I'm in my second term. So I'll start off by talking about term 1, and I'll go into term 2, and I'll do like an overall experience of how everything has been so far. So I've just got like a little script here that I'm gonna look at on the side for like little pointers, so I just remember what to talk about and stay on topic. But so yeah, the first week was Freshers Week, and everyone's like, oh, Freshers Week, like one of the main things people know about uni is Freshers Week, because that's like the week where everyone goes out for parties and like being social and having that whole thing, and that's apparently where you meet all your friends. But to be honest, my Freshers Week was kind of dead. On the very first day, I remember we came and we all heard, like, as in like our flatmates, we all heard there was going to be this party on tonight at the venue. We already just heard of it, so we were like, okay, we'll unpack and then we'll hit that up. So it started at 10, and obviously us not knowing anything, we went there at 10. And we didn't realise that we needed to have tickets, because it said free entry, and it didn't say anything about tickets. So I was like, okay, if it's free entry, we surely don't need tickets, right? But apparently we still needed tickets. We got denied entry, and we were like, bruh, and what's the point? So we literally all got dressed up and we went there, and we couldn't even get in. So that was a little bit of a piss take. So then we came back, and then we chilled for a bit, and then luckily I brought Uno, so we all played Uno outside for a bit, and then after that we made like a whole group of friends. Everyone kind of like split off after that, and then I needed some groceries that I hadn't gotten yet, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go grab some groceries. And this time it was like 11 PM, and everyone else was like, bro, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed. And I was like, alright, you guys go to bed, I'll see you. And then I'm like leaving to go grab my groceries, and I realise it's a Sunday, the shops are shut. No shop is going to be open at 11 p.m. for milk. So I head back to the uni, and literally as I'm heading upstairs, I see another group that are getting ready to go to the same club that we were going to go to. And I explained to them, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get in if you don't have tickets. And they're like, no. That we should be able to get in, we should be able to. And I was like, you know what, I'll just come with you, because if you guys can get in, I might as well get in as well. And we managed to get in, because it was like late entry and they were just letting anyone in. And honestly don't remember much from that first night. I don't think I drank, but it was just like the first experience of being in a club. That was like my first proper experience of being in a club. And what I compared it to is like, as Indians, we have like wedding receptions and they're like really mad parties. And it's basically like similar type of vibes, except it's just everyone's your age and the music is a bit more degenerate and it's a bit more like of a chill atmosphere, like you're not worried some auntie is going to come up and see you drinking some alcohol or something like that. But that's just like a little comparison if none of you have ever been to a club or anything like that. But it was actually pretty good. One thing that now I've learned, which I'll get into later a little bit maybe, you should basically never pick up girls at a club. Basically never. Everyone's like, oh, you should pick up girls at a club. There are some girls that you could probably move to, but at the uni ones especially, like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But I'll get into that later. So that was like the first day, and then later on there was like some other events they had going on throughout the week, and I met the rest of my flatmates, and honestly my friends are mostly just my flatmates right now, still, even today. But I feel like it's probably better that way, because obviously I live with them anyway, so it's easier just to set up a motive, we just hang out. I have a few friends who are outside of my flat obviously as well, but yeah. And then there's societies, so after Freshers Week there was Freshers Fair, or maybe it was during Freshers Week. I think it was the end of the Freshers Week, and then Freshers Fair basically had all the societies, and they're all like sitting there in their little stools trying to advertise themselves to you. And I was like, you know what, I might as well just try and join as many societies as I can. I had like the first 2 weeks off, so I was like, I might as well make the most of it. And I joined calisthenics, MMA, Hindu Society, Indian Society, Bhangra. Bearing in mind, I'm Gujarati, I'm not Punjabi. I joined Bhangra just for the jokes, and also I had a mate there from ages ago, like this guy I knew from 2021 when I first visited this uni. I met him, and he now basically runs the Bhangra Society, so I was like, you know what, I might as well join him. And then, what else? I think that's all the societies I joined. But I joined quite a few, like more than most people. Most people only joined like 1 or 2. So then there was, at Freshers Fair, there was this thing where you had to hang, and like if you won, you'd win like 3 months of a free gym membership. And it was literally just like dead hangs for as long as you can. And I got like second highest, I got 3 minutes, and I'm literally hanging there, and everyone starts coming around, like a huge crowd forms, and that's like when my first reputation gets built. And after that, for like the next month or so, everyone knows me as the guy that was just hanging there in Freshers Fair. But I came second place, which really annoyed me. But after that, they had like several different competitions. They had push-up competitions, pull-up competitions, and there was like the Thor's Hammer challenge. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like basically you grab the barbell on one end, with like only the plate where the bit like of the bar where the plates go, and you have to try and lift the thing above your head, like the end of the barbell. It's kind of mad, but that was difficult. But that one I managed to do. The pull-ups one, the push-ups one, and there was another one, but what was the other one that I mentioned? All of them basically, I came second place, apart from the, pardon me, Thor's Hammer one, because the Thor's Hammer one, that one's just a one-time thing. So that one, like, several people could win it, but because several people could win it, it was a little bit easier. They made that one only a 1 month free membership. So luckily I managed to get a 1 month free membership. And the thing is, what's convenient about the gym at uni is it's like a 2-minute walk from me. It's literally right outside my building, if that. So it was really convenient for me. But eventually I ended up leaving that gym because it was very, first of all, it wasn't 24/7, very busy as it's the on-campus gym, and it was just like, it didn't have all the equipment. I need a 24/7 gym because I got insane times like this. Like, today's my rest day, but usually I'll be at the gym right now, and it's literally like 4 AM right now. So I need a 24/7 gym. The one here opens at like 6, so I can't be doing that. But yeah, anyways, back to the societies. So, like I said, I joined all those societies and I was trying to be in them as much as possible. So at that time, like my first month or two maybe, I was going to every single society as much as I could. Some of them I didn't go to, like the bunker one I didn't go to starting off. I don't think I went to the MMA one starting off. But yeah, it went, well, I did meet quite a few people and I made quite a few mates. Actually, there was this Bhangra social for the Bhangra Society where we like went bowling, and bruv, I don't know what I was doing. The thing is, I'm good at bowling, yeah. The ball got stuck on my fingers. I chucked the ball and it went flying and it hit the ceiling. And I'm like, bruv, this is my first time meeting these people. I'm just embarrassed of myself. But luckily it was all jokes and it was like all calm, but I didn't damage anything, but that was kind of mad. But after that, I kind of had to dial back on the societies a bit because I needed to focus on my coursework. Because obviously, like, I've come to uni and basically the way it was for me is in my first term, I was very, very social and very, very, not as social as I could have been, bearing in mind, but still more social than I usually am. And I was just doing a lot more, I was spending a lot more money. I was just kind of letting myself reign free to just experience uni and get a grip hold of what it's like before I actually settle down and concentrate on my coursework. But then the coursework started to kind of get a little bit out of control, so I needed to catch up on that. So I then went back and started doing my coursework, and then we had group work and stuff, so I made a group in my course and made friends with this group of girls, and that's who I did my group work with, and that went fairly well. And then there was like so many things that were like just jokes in my class. Like there was one guy who no one liked that was trying to run for student rep, and just for the jokes of it, because no one liked him and he knew that, but he still ran for student rep. And I was like, bro, we can't have this kid win student rep if no one likes him, so I'm gonna run. And I know no one was gonna vote for me, but if I put myself in the running, that would decrease his chance of getting it. And I literally just did it for the jokes. I don't really care. There was another guy that was also running, and I said, if you don't vote for me, at least vote for this guy. But that was kind of jokes, because this guy was literally trying to fight me. He got full on mad when I told him that I was going to run for student rep, because there was a whole misunderstanding where no one else voted. So the teachers were like, or the lecturers were like, you know what, you can be student rep, and like they were telling me, I got an email about it. I sent it in the group chat because we have like a little class group chat, and I sent it and I was like, did anyone else get this email? Or was it just me? Because I didn't really want to be student rep. I didn't want to put in all that work. I was just doing it for the jokes. And they were like, no, no one else got it. And then that guy, I'm just going to call him Bob, he messages and he's like, oh, who decided you can be student rep and this and that? And bro got so mad. And then I talked to him afterwards in real life, and he full on was like, I was just sitting there laughing because this guy was getting so mad, and he was like, oh yeah, keep laughing, I'll slap you. And I'm just like, okay, come slap me then. And he didn't do anything. It was so funny. But anyways, moving on. In terms of assignments, I had a lot of assignments last term, a lot. And it was mostly just coursework. I only had one exam for the entire term. So it gave me a real taster of like how uni coursework would work, and it's very like dependent on you to put the work in and actually get it done. But I wouldn't say it's that difficult. Like if you're already a disciplined guy, you know how to put work in and get things done, then using methods of deep work and all of that, which I'll eventually make videos on, you can get it done. It's not that bad. But I'm only first year right now. Later on, supposedly it gets worse, so stay tuned and I'll keep you updated for that. But anyway, moving on. Then eventually I was like, okay, I'm spending a lot of money. I need a job. I need a job soon. So I was searching for a job, and I swear to God, the current job market is so bad. Like, there is barely any like jobs out there. Like, okay, there's a lot of jobs, but you apply and you just don't get them because I don't know what it is. Because if you phrase it right, you can land interviews and everything. Like, you need to have really good CV. You need to be really like proactive on your application. Like, oh yeah, I do this, this, and this, and I will do this, this, and this. But it's just rough. Like, the main thing about it, my advice to anyone that's looking for a job in the current job market, is just volume. Apply to as many as you can in one go. Because, like, my cousin was recently applying for a job around about, like, just after I applied for mine, and I got mine, and he was like, bro, how do I get a job? And I was like, just apply to as many as you can. He was like, oh, I applied for one and held out on that. And I was like, no, that's the worst mistake you can do. Because then you're sitting there for months on end, waiting for this one job. It's probably never even going to get back to you, right? It's the same thing with, like, girls. If you want to get a girl, you've got to put your eggs in as many baskets as possible, you know? You've got to actually work on it, because you can't bet all your chances on one thing working out. And then even if you do, then like, you know how with a girl, you're giving it way too much attention, and because you're giving it too much attention, it just doesn't work. I feel like that can apply to jobs as well. If you're giving it too much attention, focusing all your energy on it, it just won't work out, because you're becoming too obsessed over it. And you just kind of need to spread out and be like, okay, I've got multiple things that I'm going for right now. If I don't get this one, at least I might get these ones, or one of these ones, you know? Anyway, that's my advice for a job search, but eventually I got one. I got really lucky. I found a job on campus with really decent pay, really flexible hours, because they know I'm a student, and had all that stuff going for me. So that's the job that I'm currently working, and I've reapplied for it for next year, and I've actually reapplied for the manager role, because it's slightly more pay, and it's a lot more hours, so it should be good. But then food. So in terms of my diet at uni, it was really bad, but okay, it's still really bad. All I ate, deadass, was noodles. I love noodles so much. They're my favourite food, but it's like a typical uni student thing, just coffee and noodles, coffee and noodles. And I was the type of guy to, like, get hungry in lecture, and lecturers are like, oh, you can bring food to the classroom if you want, I don't mind. Because literally we had lectures that were so long. So I brought my pot noodle in class, and I just sat there having my little pot noodle, like, in my lecture, not really paying much attention. But yeah, I love noodles so much. And I've, like, cut out eating bread, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my gym vlog video, because, like, not like actual bread generally, but just a loaf of bread. Like, the staples that people usually get when they go shopping are milk, bread, and, like, cheese. Cheese, okay, fair. Every now and then it's good to have as, like, a little thing on top, a little garnishing, a little flavouring, a little thing in the noodles, you know. But milk, I need milk, because I need it for my coffee, I need it for my oats. And then bread, I just don't need bread. Like, it's a whole loaf. How am I gonna, as a single, like, guy on my own, gonna finish a whole loaf of bread in a week? It's just unsustainable. It doesn't make any sense for me. So I buy wraps, and wraps are just so useful, because you can, like, stuff them with whatever you want, and it tastes so nice. They're probably my favourite form of, like, eating, and, like, yeah. But my diet hasn't been the best. I've been eating a lot of processed food, but I have also been able to take more control of my diet, so I can lean more into protein, I can lean more into cooking things for myself, being a bit more adventurous. And once you have the opportunity to do that at uni, like, if you go to uni and you live in accommodation, I recommend that you do, like, actually start experimenting and cooking for yourself, because this is the best time to do it, and at least it'll add texture to your character. Like, you'll just become more interesting as a guy that knows how to cook. Every single girl that I've said that, oh yeah, I know how to cook, they're instantly like, oh my god, this guy knows how to cook. And, like, it's just a major pull factor, and not even with girls, like, just generally, because we do little cooking things as well. Like, we sit in the kitchen as our flatmates, so basically I have a group of flatmates, which I'm friends with. There's like 4 of us, and we just sit in the kitchen, chill together, we cook together, we do all this little stuff, fun stuff together. And it's just like, I don't know, I don't see any negative behind it, especially when you're at uni. Once you're out of uni, there's a lot of, like, ups and downs for, like, cooking, like, oh, but I don't have time and this and that. even as a uni student, you don't have much time, but just take advantage of it, and it just saves so much money cooking, trust me. Like, I have a flatmate who orders every single day, and I don't even know how bro is alive, but then again, bro's an international kid, so he's probably like got bank, but yeah. Anyways, then after that, it was Navratri, Halloween sort of time, so if you're a Gujarati or if you're a Hindu, you know what Navratri is, but basically it's this event, a religious event that we celebrate, where we do something called Garba. It's like a little dance as Gujaratis. It's mainly a Gujarati thing, and we do this little dance. It's like a really wholesome thing, and it's like around this, it's like around this idol of a god, and we do a dance for the goddess, and we do that for 7 days straight, every evening. Now obviously I couldn't do it every evening at uni, but there was this one place that was doing it for like one day in Harrow, which was like all of the unis coming together and doing it together. So like, you know what, let me hit that up. And at that time I didn't really have many Indian friends, Gujarati friends, so I went with my sister, because luckily she goes to the same uni as me, and we hit that, and that was actually pretty mad. One of the pictures at the beginning would have shown pictures from that, and around about the same time was Halloween, and Halloween was also kind of mad because I had a lot going on that time. I was going out so much. I went out like, okay, so this is gonna sound so crazy, but I went out the Thursday night, and then the next morning I stayed up all night, and I went out in the afternoon again for the Garba, and then I came back, and then I went out that Friday night again. So that's 3 times in a row with 0 sleep. And when it got to that Friday night of me being out, I was so tired, I tell you not. Like, sweat out. Even thinking about it, I'm getting tired. Like, there are so many all-nighters that you pull at uni. You either end up pulling an all-nighter, or you sleep the entire day. Only now am I actually trying to fix my sleep schedule. I keep yawning, but it's because I'm trying to fix it. This is the first time up that I've actually woken up this early and not just stayed up all night. I'm gonna have my coffee in a bit. I'm just waiting for the adenosine to wear off. I literally just rolled out of bed and started recording this video. But anyway, that was Halloween Navratri time, so that was pretty mad. Loved that time though. There was like so much going on. I met so many people. It was just a very like social period in my life. Once again, I didn't have that much care for the coursework and stuff, but I made the most of it socially, so I don't really regret it. Pardon me. And then after that, in terms of social life, like I said, it was pretty mad at that time. I haven't really made friends outside of my flat. Like, the things in my course, there's not very many people that I can relate to, which sounds kind of weird because they're on my course, you think I'll be able to relate to them, but all of them are international kids, so it's a little bit like, I can't really not associate, like I just can't fit in with them, you know? So it makes it a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't that bad, you know? Like I said, I did make a few friends in my course, but it's mostly people in my flat. But one of my main goals right now is to make more friends outside of my flat, and I'm making more progress on that and just being a bit more social. But I'll get to that a little bit later. And then in terms of gym, I started grinding out gym, started becoming a little bit more consistent. I'm only now getting truly consistent, but then I started getting a little bit more consistent. I was a bit more like, okay, let's hit it, let's hit it, let's hit it. And I made some gains, as you can see, like, you'll see all the pictures at the beginning. I did like a little intro. I hope you enjoy it, by the way, because that took so long to edit. But yeah, that's pretty much term 1. Just a little cap it off in terms of like the freedom that I've now experienced that I have at uni. That's one of the most beautiful things. So I've gone back home, visited home a few times, but like what it is at uni is that you have full control over your day. Your day doesn't have to go by anyone else's rules. As long as you go to your lectures, you're calm. So sometimes I just, like I said, I don't sleep. I stay up, I get up hella early. Like I said, it's like 4 AM right now, I'm recording a video. Like, I can't really do this at home. Like this time I'd go to the gym, I can't do this at home. And I can just like go for a walk if I'm feeling it at night. And like, obviously stay safe, don't be an idiot, and like, don't be safe. But yeah, I can just do whatever I want. And like, I don't do much. I'm not a very degenerate type of kid where I'm like, oh, I want to go out partying all the time. Like, I've only been out like twice this year in terms of this calendar year, but it's just nice to know that I have that freedom. And when I want to like do something crazy, like go to the gym at 4 AM, I can do it without like bugging my parents. Because I used to do that at home, and they used to like be like, oh, are you going at 4 AM? Oh, you're waking me up and this and that. But it's like, now I can just go and do it and leave and just do my own thing. I don't need to worry about them. So that's one of the most beautiful things. And that's like the main pull factor to uni for me right now, is just getting that freedom. And you can't get that unless you live on accommodation. So I'll get to that later. But anyways, term 2. So in term 2, I realised truly how much money I had spent in term 1. Because like I said, I was going out, I was ordering food, I was just living my life. But I spent so much money, I swear down. So it was more so about this term, just saving as much as I can. So this term started in January, like I said, so only 3 months ago, as I'm recording this in March. Not March, it's the beginning of April now. But I spent so much money. I spent so much, I just needed to save. So I was working more, I've worked a lot more now, picked up more hours, and I've just been very conservative with what I spend my money on. I don't go out as much, like I said, and I know that sounds like my life is getting a lot more dead, but actually my life has been a lot more fun. Like, I've still had a lot of things going on in my life. Like, I met this girl, which was interesting. A lot happened with that. I've made a video on what happened with that, and I have another one, like part 2 to that, coming out in a bit, which I'm going to record after this. I'll link that somewhere in like the little iCloud or something if you want to watch it. But I met a girl, things were really interesting with that. I made a few new friends, and there are definitely periods at uni where you sit there and like you're just in your comm, you have nothing to do, and it's just like very dead. Because the thing is, it's either at uni, it's one spectrum, when the end of the spectrum, or the other. It's either hella social and so much is going on in your life, you're doing this, that, and something every single weekend, or like for 2 days straight and you can't sleep, like I said, that Thursday and Friday night. Or it's like for an entire week you've just been sat in your comm on your own, doing coursework, watching YouTube, just doing whatever, but it's so boring because you're on your own. It just feels as lonely as hell, and it's just like, what am I doing with my life? But it's at that time where it's like, you know what, take this time, call your relatives, call your mum, tell her you love her, talk to your like cousins, all of that, catch up on their lives. You have the ability at uni to be as social as you want. It's all in your control. If you want to go out and make a friend, go walk outside, go for a walk, and go say hi to some random person on the campus. It's really not that deep. Like, if you want to say, like, I always said I wanted to actively make friends and be more social, but I always used to think, oh, I need to be at an event and do this and go out clubbing, meet new people. It's not that deep. Like, I can just go outside and say hi to someone and make a new friend. So yeah, it's just about getting over that boredom, and obviously you're gonna have to deal with that boredom at times anyways. Like, at this time you're not gonna go outside and see people outside and say hi, but it's about also learning to deal with being in your own company. And then you pick up new hobbies as well. Like, look at me, I'm recording this YouTube video, making something out of my boredom. But yeah, and then the other thing that I've literally just in the past 2 weeks I've learned is celebrating the wins. Because there are periods where you're literally going to need to sit down and grind out coursework, grind out revision for an exam, or grind out like just any sort of productive work for days on end, and it gets really, really tiring. And I feel like if you don't after that celebrate the wins, even if they are like a little bit small, like, oh, I finally just finished revising for my exam, which took me so long to revise for. If you celebrate that, you're training your mind to delay the gratification and be like, okay, if I do something good, like if I do something productive, and then afterwards I reward myself for it, celebrate that, then at least my brain gets used to being rewarded for it and gets used to delayed gratification. So as an example, last week I finally finished. I banged out an assignment, which was some group work, but I carried the whole group on it because they were kind of dead. I banged out that, and I finally finished recording my gym vlog video, which is like an hour long. Not recording, editing, sorry. Finally finished editing that, which took so long because it was an hour long, and like, it's really, really slow to edit for me right now. But I managed to bang it out, get it done, and that was probably one of the, what's it called? I just felt so like happy with myself after that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna celebrate this win. And then I went out 2 nights in a row, and I had really like a lot of fun. And now I'm back at it. I'm back at the grind, making another video. Since like then, I've recorded 1 video. I've set up scripts for 5, and I've got like I basically got content planned for the next 2 months. But I'm gonna have a little break from content, which I'll explain in a bit. But yeah, I think it's 100% worth it to celebrate your wins. It's not sustainable to be in a constant monk mode grind set, which I'll make a video on at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just a little lesson that I've learned, a little nugget, golden nugget. Now, the overall experience. My opinion, it's not worth it going to uni if you don't live on campus. If you're gonna go to uni, get the whole uni experience. I've talked to so many people that live off campus, and I'm like, don't you get bored? Because it's literally just like school. You come in for lectures and then you leave, and that's it, that's your life. Whereas if you live on campus, I'm just here chilling. My flatmate might knock on my door in 10 minutes or half an hour, I don't know. And it's literally like, what time is it? It's 4:30 in the morning. And bro could knock on my door and be like, yo, we're going out. I'll be like, alright, calm, let's go. And that's it. That's how easy it is to set up something. And like, okay, maybe that's not the best thing all the time. It's a little bit annoying sometimes because you might need some work that you need to get done. But the options are that, where you have the ability to be social and do stuff whenever you want. And you also get to live in your own, bearing in mind. It's the level of freedom that comes with that. And just the level of responsibility that falls on you. And to quote Spider-Man, with great responsibility comes great power. But, or with great power comes great responsibility. My bad, fuck that. But, it's just nice, you know, to actually live on my own. Like, okay, yeah, I miss home a fair amount. But it's just nice being on my own, you know? I actually have a say in what I do, a say in what I eat, and I just control my life, and I can align my life around my goals and what I want to do, around my purpose. And I can just go out whenever I want. Like, I'm not like I said, I don't go out that often, I don't do stuff that often, but if I want to hang out with my mates, I can just go do it whenever I want. There's just something so beautiful in that. I don't know, I just never experienced it before. So that's the uni experience. So if you want to go to uni, take the full experience, even though it costs a lot more, and in terms of the debt and all of that, I know it's not worth it, just generally uni in this time. I'll make another video on this at some point. Uni isn't worth it, but if you want to get, say for example, into a specialised course where you know you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, go to uni. That's the best advice. If you're not sure what you want to do with life, don't go to uni, because you're going to end up coming to uni, wasting a bunch of money, and then come out of it with a degree, which could be useful to you. Like, it's useful to have a degree. It's something else that you can put on your CV, and it might just be that tipping stone of an employer looking at two CVs and being like, this person has a degree, this person doesn't, I'll go with the degree person, right? Or sometimes experience outweighs a degree. So it's very a thing of like, where do you want to be in life? What do you want to do? And how do you want to get there? Because if you're like, even in computer science, very specialised, a degree can be worth it, but a lot of employers are now understanding you don't need a degree. You can, like, as long as you have experience coding and as long as you know your stuff, they don't mind employing you. And literally, like, if you want to learn more about coding, if you need like a degree, the whole Harvard course is online. It's like Harvard CS50 dot something, I don't know. But their whole degree is online, so if you want to learn it, you can go learn it for free right now. But the thing is, in my opinion, about uni is it's an experience that can never be recreated. No matter how much you try, you can never be in the same situation that kids are in at uni, because look at it this way, you're in a place where everyone here has the exact same goals as you, as in like to get a degree. So not the same specific goals, but overall goals to get a degree. Everyone around here is basically the same age as you. There's a few people younger, older, whatever, but basically the same age. And if you live on campus, they're all paying rent. Sorry. They're all paying rent, all living for themselves, all going shopping. It's just this wide social cesspool of, like, looking at it from like a business perspective, it's one huge market that doesn't exist anywhere else. And in uni is the best place to tap into it. And outside of uni, it's so difficult to enter that market. Like, even the people that don't live on campus, they're like, like I said, I asked them, aren't you bored? They tell me no. And I'm like, no, you are bored because you're sitting here at home in your room messaging me right now, when the reason you're messaging me is because you're bored. You'd rather be out doing something. You wouldn't be messaging me right now if you were bored, or if you weren't bored, sorry. But anyways, yeah. Now, another thing about uni, it definitely teaches you how to become financially independent and financially literate. And that's something that, another skill is definitely worth learning. I'm not saying come to uni so you can learn how to become financially literate and independent. No. You can definitely learn it in other ways, but uni is definitely a catalyst in that, where it can help you learn a lot quicker. Because it's like the shallow end of the real world, so to speak. Because you're dealing with very real world things. Paying rent, buying groceries, living on your own. But in the same sense, it's not that deep. Like, if you can't buy groceries one week, your parents can help you out, right? Or if something happens, you're living on your own, there's an emergency, you've got security around the corner. You're not 100% on your own, but it's still like a taster session of it, you know? Now, final thing, being at uni as a based person or a controversial person, or the type of guy that, say for example, you're the type of guy, you want to run a business, you don't agree with the idea of uni, you don't agree with the whole, feminist movement, all that whole agenda. This last section, if you don't like what I'm saying, just click off the video, it's fine. Or if you want to listen and leave a comment, leave your opinion, you can do that as well. It helps with the algorithm, at least I can get some feedback as well. But you don't like the whole feminist movement, you don't like any of that sort of stuff, you're a based guy. How is it being at uni in terms of that? Now, at uni, you're going to meet tons of people. There are people that will agree with you, there are people that will disagree with you, there are people that will castrate you for what you believe in, there are people that will praise you for what you believe in. It's all about finding your group, finding the right people. And I feel like at uni, like I said, it's just a wide cesspool of people. You can meet so many people, it's just about finding those people that are like, you know what, this guy, I relate with him, I associate with him, he's chill, I can hang out with him. And then there's those other people where it's like you can't be 100% with. Like, obviously you can still be their mates, but your goals or your mind frame may not align with theirs, and that's okay. It doesn't need to. You can still be social with the person, you can still be an acquaintance. Because the things at uni, it's so calm, it's not that deep. Like, you can literally just... I need to refill it. You can literally just, like, be friends with someone for a day and then never talk to them again. And they won't batter an eyelid. They won't batter an eyelid. It's fine. It's fine. And it's just so chill. You don't need to overthink anything when you're at uni. Like, there's so much that happens. There's so much that's happened to me since I've been here. And I could sit here overthinking it and be like, oh no, that girl said she didn't like me. That girl in the corridor, she glared at me. Oh my god, my mate, he said he hated me yesterday. What am I gonna do? Bro, just get a new mate. Like, the thing is at uni, there's so much abundance of everything that it doesn't really matter, you know? Still play it smart, like, don't fight with your flatmates unnecessarily, because you're going to be living with them people for a year. So if you can be on good terms with your flatmates, do it. Even if it means you have to kind of suck it up for a little bit, do it. It's worth it to be on good terms with your flatmates rather than on bad terms. But outside of that, if it's not someone in your course or someone you have to see daily, it's not that deep. Anyway, that's my uni experience so far. A lot has happened. This is just like a little quick summary. I know I say little quick summary, it's been 40 minutes of recording, but I hope you enjoyed listening, and if you have any feedback, this is like a little bit of a... Alright, so just a quick thing before I sign off. In terms of content, I'm going to be slowing it down for the next 2 weeks. I've got exams going on, and I'm going to be a little bit busy with that, but after that I'll get into a proper regular content posting schedule. I've got tons of plans, I've got a lot of videos coming up. I'm going to have, I think, 2 videos posted this week, maybe 3, but after that, like I said, I have a break for 2 weeks, I'll be back on it, so I'll see you soon. Relaxed style of video, like I said, no lessons as such, but if you have any feedback, any comments, anything you want to say, if you like it, if you don't like it, dislike it. If you want to subscribe. I don't really care about making money, like I said. I just want this to perform well. I want people to see my videos. I want to be out there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, that's me. I'm going to sign off.